Alright guys, and welcome back to today's video from Farmer Scoobs. Just coming back to you on, I suppose, another bit of an absence away from YouTube. It's getting a bit more frequent now, but getting there slowly but surely. We are moving along with jobs now. I suppose a lot has happened in the last week or so here with animals leaving. We've offloaded, you would have heard in my last video, we've offloaded our outline heifers. They're gone. A couple of we had a dry cow gone. We had the 2 cows with 2 calves gone. I had a bull weanling gone. We have, I suppose, look, I know we've said we were cutting down all the sheep. Sheep are gone. Shepherdess offloaded her sheep. Stay tuned on an announcement from there as well. She'll have an announcement at some point along the way. Just, I suppose, we were on about cutting back on stock, and I was trying to think up of ways of how to, I suppose, minimize handling the stock going forward as well. Also, I suppose when I say minimize, I'm handling of stock running in the middle out of the house, because I know I had said that we were going to AI a lot of our stock this year. We'll be doing some of the AIing, probably won't do all of our cattle, and there's a reason for that, and I'll show you why. So we're just going into the first shed here, our front shed. We do need a bit of light. It's quite dark. It'll brighten up in here now in a second. So as you can see, these pins are still the same way they were set up from before. Our 2 heifers, our 2 bulls up there. But as we move into this back pin back here, this animal back here is new. This is a 20-month-old Charlie bull. He is bred from the renowned French bull Le Pen. He's very heavily starred. His Euro index value was very high. He's an extremely easy calf in Charlie bull, 3.7%. So he is going to be our new replacement Charlie bull. Let's see if we can get a bit of a stance on him. He's a lovely small head. Now the camera doesn't do a whole pile from in here, but it's extremely quiet. And I will add in a little clip here of when we got him off the trailer here in the yard. Where he was just going round before we brought him in here, because I didn't actually know where we were going to put him. I didn't know if we could put him in here or not. I just said we give it a go and just see what happens. But I do want to show you something else. So I would like to introduce you to the first of the calves on the ground for 2024. Melanie, our 231 Charlie cow. Calved down about 4 days ago now. She's had a lovely little heifer calf, and this heifer calf would have been out of our last Charlie bull, bred from first. She will be a replacement heifer that will be staying on the farm. She won't be leaving here. And Roger's just getting all excited. He's around there rolling in the straw. He better not go into Melanie, because if Melanie gets a hold of him, he'll be a different type of Roger. So heifer calf up and sucking. She actually calved without me knowing, because I had a date for her and there was no sign of her making much of a bag. And when we got her scanned, she was a bit off the scan date when she calved. So she actually calved in on the slats, which was a small bit unfortunate, but look, at it's not the end of the world. It does happen, and as long as it works out, we cannot complain. Calf is alive and healthy. But she has sprang up a fair decent bag now, so there's no issues there. And lovely little heifer calf. And our other heifers are thriving on well. So they are. They're mad looking for their meal now, because I brought down the bucket and I have it left outside the door. I'm going to set up our feed trough, and while they're eating their crunch, I'm just going to tidy in a bit of silage so that the fresh stuff, when I'm bringing in today, that there won't be a whole pile of it left. Equates to about maybe 2.5 kgs each a day. Feed them once a day with that. and it is enough of them, and the heifers are really thriving on, and the big bull calf is thriving on big time. All this here, since we've taken off the feeding barrier, all this here is starting to go back on his neck, and he's shaping up well. He's really shaped for bull. He's got a good square back on him. So we're going to get some pour on this week and do them all to stop that, because our Charlie bull that came in isn't licking. He will end up getting lice as well. And I'm looking at our big Charlie cow, this calf here, she's licking away there as well. They do have lice, and there's no harm in getting them done with the pour on. So just as they're eating away, tidying in the few bits that's left over. Now I won't be putting all this into them because today is Sunday, tomorrow will be the clean out the passage day, whatever's left over. So it's just a matter of just tightening it in and let the bigger animals just have a bit of a feed before the fresh milk comes in. The one thing I didn't tell you was our heifer calf that was born, her name is actually Valentine, because I suppose she's born in February. I have to switch on the light. Born in February, that didn't make a whole pile of difference, but it's Valentine's week this week, so my wife decided we should call her Valentine, so we just went with that, because this year's letter for the Irish Charlie Breeding Society is V for Valentine, so that is the reason we are gone with that name. So just in here, just doing a quick look on our Charlie cows in the back shed, because the next one that is due, I'll turn the camera on here. Next one is due is this middle lady here, 734. She is our bivouac cow. I have a time for her the 25th of this month, but off that Charlie bull that we had here, they tend to calve I suppose 5 to 7 days early at least, and she's carrying an extremely big side on her, and I'm just trying to get down to get a look at her bag, but she's not used to the old GoPro in my hand, and she's a wee bit wondering what's this buck trying to do. So trying to get low down as I can to have a look at her bag. She'll turn around now in a minute. I'm actually going to use the GoPro. Go ahead. Use the GoPro to try and turn her. This long arm for the GoPro acts as a nice little cattle stick. She's beginning to spring. She is beginning to spring a bag. You won't see it now here because it's too dark in there. But she is beginning to spring a bag. So I'd say she is on course for calving towards the end of this month. Now we have another one in this bin. Our black whited heifer, 360. She was the one that just didn't go and calf on time for us to calve down last year. So look at, we kept her on because she eventually did go and calf to this lad that's back there, the Limousine Bull. She's due the 3rd of March, so she is springing a good bag. They're great milkers anyway. And now my one heifer won't move. As you can see, the white bag that's coming down from underneath there, that's her bag of milk, and she is springing up nicely. I'm not going to leave my hand in there for too long because our boisterous bull would like to go playing with it, wouldn't you? Yeah, he's quiet today now. We had him out in the yard here the last day because we were thinking about selling him, and we were getting a couple of pictures of him. But any animal that you let out into the yard after a year in the house or after a winter's in the house, he's going to be wanting to play a bit, and he did play a bit. Played around with a few of the gates in the yard, scratching himself and so on, but look at, they all do that. As you can see now, he's as quiet as a mouse again. And but look at the back on this lad. Such a square back. I'd safely say he's around 700 to 750 kg. Anyone that's looking for a lovely easy calving, he's 2.1% calving difficulty. Anyone that's looking on my videos here on YouTube that's in Ireland that's looking for a limousine bull and is on the market for an extremely calving limousine bull, a bull that will run with heifers, don't look past him. He's on Dundee at the minute, 2.1% calving difficulty, the easiest calving limousine bull that is on Dundee today. You won't pass him. You won't pass him. And for the money that he's up for, he's a right bargain. Yeah, so just had a nice little look at them there. They're all happy out. I'm going to leave them to it, as it's a Sunday. No point in hanging around for too much. Little Valentine in beside her mommy. She's a lovely wee little heifer. Oi! She didn't like that too much. Neither did Mama. What do you think, Mama? Mama's like, I don't like it too much neither. There you have it. Quick as you like. Doesn't take that long. Once you have the bale silage on the tractor, usually one shed fed within the space of 2 minutes. So I know there's probably too much silage in front of her. That's alright, doesn't really matter, because this bale will probably last him 2 days. But I just wanted to touch base with you on one thing. You might have seen it at the beginning of the video up here. Just turn off these lights, because we are done in here for today. Happy days, Sunday, done and dusted. Not a whole pile happens on a Sunday around this side of the country. So we'll just close up the door for the night. But just to show you, the hedge cutter is on the blue tractor at the minute. I put it on there a couple of days ago, and I was just getting it all greased up and getting it serviced up, because I want to do a small bit of hedge cutting before the end of the season, and getting our ground prepared where we have to put down our acres hedging, 100 meters of it. We have our plants got. I got our plants in a nursery, a tree nursery or garden nursery, whatever you want to call it. Have them now about 2 weeks, and they're ready to be put down. So I'm just going to try and get the ground prepared for it this week. There is quite a few little bits and pieces of projects going to be taken off now over the next period of a month to try and get squared away. Let's see, can I try and get it in here? Yeah, there we are there. You'll see that tree there and the one up from it. Them trees are coming down. We've decided after the last storm that came, with the amount of trees that came down around the place, that we thought it might be a safer option just to get them taken down. And unfortunately we don't have the capabilities, or I suppose machine power, to actually undertake a job like that, because they are serious lumps of trees. They're there probably over 100 years, and I think one chunk of the tree was to come down. If I tried going at it with my own saw and the mini digger, I would safely say we'll probably leave it in a way that it'd never be used again, so I'm not even going to chance it. But I have a local contractor lined up to come in, and they're going to come in with 2 Hitachi 13-ton machines, and one is going to grab, the other one's going to cut, and we're just going to take them down bit by bit and just leave them in the field ready for cutting up for firewood. So hopefully that's what we will be burning this year, because we won't be doing the bog this year, because I'll be on my own if I do the bog this year, because the shepherdess is out of action. Stay tuned for that announcement. So we are going to just burn the firewood. We're going to cut up as much of the firewood as I can, plus we have last year's turf as well, so we'll have plenty of fuel. But we will have, because there's a tree down over there, this tree here is coming down, that tree next to it is coming down also, and the one just above the shed there is also coming down. There's quite a few of them to be taken down before the end of the year, and we are just waiting on the contractor ready to come in. Hopefully, fingers crossed, he'll be able to get us done before the end of the month, because as everyone knows, the deadline for not cutting down trees or cutting down hedges is the 1st of March. Anything after the 1st of March you don't touch. I don't think there's going to be any birds nesting in them trees on the 1st of March, but anyways, hey ho, council knows best. It'll suit them better now to fill a few potholes and open a few water tables. Look guys, I'm going to feed up my dogs and I'm going to head into the house out of the cold. As I said, today is Sunday, there's not much else for doing, and tomorrow is another day. But as always guys, look at it, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you on the next one.
You should have the beacons on. It's a necessity.